One of the most difficult things that you need to determine when building a new set of wheels are the length of the spokes that you need. Now, if you're really good at trigonometry, you can work it out for yourself. However, most of us just find it easier to use one of these online spoke length calculators. Now, I'm going to show you 3 different spoke length calculators, and I've used all 3 successfully. The first one, the ProWheelBuilder.com, is quite nice in that it has a database within it of different rim models and also a database of different hubs. However, most of these are out of date. That doesn't mean to say you can't actually just put the numbers in yourself, which you can, and I have done. The second one is by this company called Sapim, who actually manufacture spokes. Again, I've used this one successfully, and again you can just put in the numbers that relate to your particular hub and rim. More recently, I've come across this website by Grin Technologies. Although it's primarily aimed at e-bikes, the spoke length calculator can be used for any hub or wheel combination. I'll put a link to this website and the other 2 websites in the description. Unlike the other 2 websites, the implementation of this is much more modern, so any changes you make are basically updated on the fly. You get instant results. A useful feature is that the current state of the web page, including all the data that you've entered, is defined by the URL. So you can undo and redo, which will allow you to go backwards and forward through the changes. Also, you can save that web page URL into your favorites so you can go back to it in the future. Indeed, you can save a whole series of these, for instance, for a front wheel and a back wheel, or even a whole suite of different combinations of hub and rim. In terms of the user interface, there's this block on the left where all the user data goes. Now, there are a database of different hubs and rims. However, these are quite limited, but you can put your own data into each of these fields. But all is not lost, because don't forget, you can save that URL and hence you can go back to it if you need to. On the right-hand side, we have this diagram of the wheel. Now, this is quite nice in that it updates as you make changes. So, for instance, if I change the spokes from 32 down to 24, you'll notice that the diagram has changed. It helps you visualize what the wheel will look like and actually simplifies the wheel building process, particularly if you're inexperienced at building wheels. Finally, at the bottom here is the output data. So you've got the length of the left spoke and the right spoke. There's this spoke angle, which is the angle that the spoke makes to a tangent to the rim. Now, that's quite important because if that angle is too shallow, it'll stress the spoke at the nipple end, and therefore it could lead to breakage. Finally, there's a tension ratio here, which gives you an indication of how tight the spokes are on each side of the wheel. Finally, there's a very useful section at the bottom of the web page, which is basically a help page, and it tells you what all of the different settings are. So it describes each of the features in some detail. Finally, Grin Technologies have also made a set of YouTube videos, which are linked at the bottom here. I've used this website spoke calculator to calculate the spoke lengths on my all-bear Gain when I changed to carbon fiber rims, and I can say it gave me perfect results. Everything worked out exactly as I wanted. So my advice would be, if you're going to use a spoke length calculator, use this Grin Technologies one. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're interested in similar videos, consider subscribing to 5 Minute Velo. From me, for now, it's goodbye.